What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I am Jess. I am going to go get these roots taken care of, and then I'll be back after my hair appointment for week, I think, 206 update of my weight loss journey. Bye! All right, I am back. Hair's all fixed. We got some fresh blonde roots blending in those grays. So welcome. Today is a week 206, I think, update of my keto journey or my weight loss journey or my journey to just in general rewind my health from morbidly obese to a healthy weight, living a keto, low carb, high protein lifestyle. Remember, I am not a doctor, not a medical professional. Talk to your own doctor and all that stuff. This is just my story. And I feel like, what is it, next month I'm approaching my 4-year anniversary of my weight loss journey, and I have learned so much. So the whole point of this channel is just to share what literally worked and what didn't work. And a lot of stuff didn't work and a lot of stuff did work. So that's the point. Anyways, if that sounds good to you and you want to hear more about my story, don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss any videos, and be sure to like this video. That helps me out a lot. So anyways, let's get into the fun stuff. So over the past month, we have a few things on our agenda. We have the old vision board. We have, we've come up with the plan. We've, just lots of stuff that we've been working on, and we've really got the ball going. So about this time is when people either decide to make those changes or you fall back into old habits. And part of the reason why I like to do the monthly weight loss challenges and do something different every month is because of this one thing. It's hard to stay focused and keep doing things that are new, when you're so used to like the old habits, the old me, and it's one of those times where you keep things new and exciting and trying new things even to you, or just revisit some stuff that worked in the past. It will really help keep those new healthy habits going. So please, if you've made it this far, don't give up on yourself. Keep reinventing, keep trying, and it's at that point, you're at that point of the crossroads where sometimes those little old habits sneak their way back in, and I can tell you this, speaking from experience, cat photo bomber. Speaking from experience, the little habits creep back in, and next thing you know, you're up like 60 pounds that you lost, right? So it's frustrating and discouraging, but it starts at this point, like right now, letting little things back in and justifying, and before you know it, that snowball turns into a yo-yo lifestyle. So I wanted to throw that out there. So the other thing is, at the beginning of the month, I started off with just plain basics, back to basics, avoid sugar, and avoid processed foods, continue keto, low carb, high protein. I didn't do anything extra on top of that. So like a couple weeks into it, I watched some old videos of mine about fasting, and I decided, why not? Let's do some alternate day fasting while I'm at it. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been doing alternate day fasting. So I'll have a eat day and a fast day, eat day, fasting day, that kind of thing. So last week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday were my fasting days. My dad and I are doing the fasting, and we're just doing a clear liquids fast and nothing fancy. So water, unsweetened tea, unsweetened coffee, black coffee, sparkling water. Water with electrolytes. That's as exciting as it gets on my fasting days. So I originally planned out Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Well, something popped up and my Thursday needed to turn to Friday. So I had Tuesday and then I had Friday, Saturday as my other fast. So my Friday, Saturday fast turned into a 48-hour fast. So I was not planning on doing an extended fast. However, I didn't want to miss my fasting, the way I was on that schedule. I was like, let's go for it. So my dad and I did a 48-hour fast. We still, in total, had the same amount of fasting hours and days. It's just the breaks in between were a little off. But I wanted to keep that schedule going so that I want to alternate weeks. I don't want my body to be like, all right, well, she's going to fast tomorrow, so we'll hold back. I want to keep my body guessing. So it was a lot. Fasting in general for me right now, while I'm in the zone, has become a lot easier on my mental health right now. And when something's working really well to help improve your mental health, go with it, and no matter what, it's still your journey and you know what works best for you. And if it's helping you in a positive way, then you're not abusing it, go for it, So I only planned it originally to do like 1 week of alternate day fasting, which turned to 2 weeks. And now I'm starting and looking at next week or this coming week. And I'm like, well, it's working. I feel really good. Let's do another week. So I'm doing it week by week. I'm not committing for like until March, alternate day fasting, that kind of thing. No. We're taking it week by week, and I'm gonna meet my expectations where I am right now. So instead of before, I would put such rigid, vigorous dates, timelines, schedules before, but they got really hard to stick to, and then, and it was real hard to adjust to that, and I found my way letting excuses come in. So this time around, I'm going week by week. I'm not going to overwhelm myself. I'm making good changes. It's working. I feel like doing it for another week, and that is what it is. So this week, I'm going to fast Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and take the weekend off this week. So in the true alternate day fasting, or 4-3 fasting, it's literally every other day, and it includes weekend days. But for me, I like having kind of a sporadic schedule, as long as I'm getting my days in and I'm planning those days around my schedule. This way it makes it so it works. So as far as the actual fast, it's so nice to have a fasting day. The noise in my head just quiets down, and that's the number one thing of all. It's just quiet, and I don't have to think about food. I don't have to make food. I got my parents still are in town. They take over, or I should say my mom's still in town, so she can make dinner for my kids, so it takes that pressure off me and my dad. And just overall, it's been kind of freeing to not have the food thoughts on those days, which keeps my anxiety down, which keeps the stress down, which keeps the weight loss down, and and overall it's just coming together. So right now, while I have my family in town, I'm gonna do the alternate day fasting. Is it sustainable on how I will maintain and get to my goal weight? No, I don't think so. But for right now, it's a tool that I'm using, and it's working. So the plan for the week is to continue fasting. But the other thing is, as you fast more, it gets easier. And the focus for me, or the goal for me, is to take that desire to eat, to snack, to all that stuff. It kind of tames the beast. I haven't had the urge to binge. I haven't had the urge to overeat. I haven't had the urge to break a fast. I haven't the urge to be naughty. It just kind of quiets all of that noise, and it has really helped me. Now, it is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. But I'm saying for me right now, it's working big time for the emotional health. I feel like I'm back. I feel like me again. And it's been wonderful. So as for weight loss, yes, I mean, that's another benefit. But I would say right now, the reasons I'm doing alternate fasting is quiet the noise, weight loss, and to get my hunger hormones awake again. Because they've been quiet for a long time. So allowing me to overeat and not pay attention to my body's signs, that kind of thing. So first, let's talk about the weight loss. So for the week, I started the week off at 254. Today, I am 250. So I lost 4 pounds this week. Now, please, before you go turning off this video and going right to alternate day fasting, hear me out. I am obese. I regained 60-something pounds. I don't know, I didn't do the math, but I've regained weight, and I'm back in that obese category. So the weight's gonna come off faster in bigger amounts right now, because I'm much farther away from my goal weight. I'm significantly farther. I'm obese. If you have 5 pounds or 10 pounds to lose, it is not likely you will lose 4 pounds in a week. So please keep it in mind. I am having bigger numbers and it's easier right now, and that's because I'm obese and I'm in a calorie restriction, and it's just gonna come off easier right now. And it's just a tool. So obviously I am clearly doing alternate day fasting for many reasons, but weight loss right now, it's getting things coming off real easy. So the next thing is I'm relearning what to do in those times that I'd spend eating or thinking about food. So it's all about pivoting my brain from bad or unhealthy habits to new, healthier habits. And the third thing is, when it comes to the hunger hormones in general, leptin and ghrelin, basically telling you you're hungry and you've had enough, stop eating. I feel like when I do fasting, those ones are louder and I am more in tune with my body. Because for one, I haven't been eating, so I know that when ghrelin spikes, my body wants me to eat something, and I know that it's like, okay, we're not getting anything, let's go back down, and it goes away. And then you get that hunger, or the hanger moment fizzles out, right? And then when you eat something, it wakes up leptin, because after I'm eating coming off of a fast, I'll be halfway through my meal, if that, and I feel the hormone say, oh, are you getting full here? Let's revisit here. Let's think about this. And it makes that hormone louder. So I know, okay, this is the stopping point. My body says, we're up to here. Shut her down, So, and that's so interesting because I pay attention more, which is also responsible for I'm not overeating. Like, I am sitting there and I had brisket the other day, and I was eating my brisket, and I felt that, hey, the leptin was shouting, and I looked and I still had half my brisket to go. And I was like, if I choose to eat past this point, I'm choosing to live obese and continue the vicious cycle of being overweight, morbidly obese, health problems, feeling miserable, or I can stop right now and be satiated and happy with what I just ate because my body says we're good. And you have that choice, and it's so crazy because I sit there, I'm like, dang it, I want the rest of this right now, but my body says I don't need it. So answering the body's cues properly becomes a choice. And at that point, it's much more sensitive after I do fasting. So I will say, above the weight loss aspect, the noise that the leptin hunger cue happens, it says we've got enough, we're up to here with food, this is good, is so much louder when I am fasting and then having eaten a fast day. So the goal is to listen to what my body says. My body knows when I need more food. My body knows when I've had enough, right? So it's so interesting how it works and how smart and resilient our bodies are. Like, I can fix this. My body is ready to, take on another day, So that was the main takeaway from last week, is I noticed I was full when I was having my eat days, so much easier. And when you have that decision, well, I can eat more and overeat, or I can stop and go and move on, that's a choice. And I was choosing, I want this for me. I want this, I can do this, believe in me, that kind of thing. And it was pretty liberating in itself, just having that moment and making that choice to put the fork down and not have the overactive fork that got me to 309 pounds, right? So overall, that was the main takeaways from the week, and that's why I feel good, things are working, and that's why I'm gonna do another week of Monday, Wednesday, Friday fasting and alternate day fasting. I will say, because I didn't have to spend so much time cooking, I didn't have to spend so much time thinking of food, I had a lot of free time last week. I went ahead and grabbed 2 books. Now, one of the things I wanted to do was read a book this year. Like, sit down and get lost in a book. Stop scrolling on social media, stop using my phone as entertainment. go back to the old-fashioned way of just getting lost in a book. Now, I hadn't read since before kids, so 9.5 years, it was probably the last time I picked up a book. So I didn't even know where to begin. So I had a friends gave me some stuff to start on. I wanted a book that was kind of in the self-help mode, and I wanted something like little fiction, you know, a little bit of exciting stuff. So this one actually has a movie. So I got Imperfect from Brene Brown. I know nothing about the author. I know nothing about the book. It was just a recommendation, and I started reading this book last week. It's okay so far. You know, I don't have anything like mind-breaking that's come out of this one yet, but it's a lot of cool stuff in here. But I just got this one yesterday. It's Where the Crawdads Sing. So this one had all my friends like, oh, you gotta read this one. So as soon as I finish this book, I'm gonna start this book. So, but because I'm not spending all my time eating anymore, I have time to read. And reading is a great thing to get back into. So that's my goals in my whole vision board for the year. It was to answer all of these goals with actions, you know. And I feel so much more like Jess. I feel like I have hope again in my journey. I feel like I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm actually doing what I'm saying, practicing what I preach. So it's not quite the end. It's not quite the end of the month yet, but I'm gonna, whenever February 1st is, I'm gonna take some like end of month pictures so I can fill in this here chart, and I'll have my January, I have my before, then I have my January, and then I have the end of January, and this way I have the month-to-month thing going on. And yeah, so I'll visually see myself shrink down with pictures. I'll take the measurements. I've got back to weigh-in, so I'm down 4 pounds for the week. And I think for the month, I am down. Now, I didn't take a starting weight at the beginning of the month, so I don't have like a beginning, so I don't have the official. But since I've been on the scale, I'm down 7 pounds. So I'm thrilled, and I have a couple more days left in this month. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below if you are doing good with your vision board, your goals, and if you're gonna do some fasting too. So I am Jess, you're watching Keto Rewind. Have a good one, go be great.